Hi. I'm going to show you how to make a AppX package in Electron, and how to test it too. This took me a while to find out how to do, and this video is just for me, for my future self, or for anybody else who wants to make an AppX package for their Electron app. So, sorry about the bad frame rate and anything and everything. I'm recording this on a laptop with 2 GPUs, means I have to use the OpenGL processor for some stuff. That also might means you'll hear my laptop's fan a lot, because it takes a lot of power to process this kind of stuff, I guess. I don't know. Alright, so basically, let's just create basic Electron package. Call it video. Give it version, description, video, main.js. Test command can be electron dot. Git repository, we don't need, no keywords. Okay, here's where the first thing we need comes into play. I like to set all of the possible places where an author is mentioned or a publisher is mentioned to one unified thing. Because, like, if it's one thing, for example, if I set it to 77Z, that's what I'm going to be using. It just makes it a lot easier. You'll get less errors and all that, because that was one of my errors that I got, is not having like a unified name for stuff. So I'll give it the MIT license too. We'll say npm I electron tools. You can do Electron if you want, but I just use this is a package that I made called Electron tools. The only advantage to using it right here is that it won't put Electron in your dependencies. So we're going to be using Electron Builder for this video, which you can install by doing npm I electron builder -g for global. I already have it installed. I like to use npm for it, since I found that yarn doesn't work as well, even though they recommended it to use it. And we're going to open up Visual Studio Code in the directory. Alright, get all these notifications out of here. We're just going to create a new file, main.js. I can do cons. Oh, also found that you probably see it. So normally, if you don't, you can install it just like Electron, but make sure that you put dev dependencies instead of just dependencies, because Electron Builder doesn't like you packaging it with like just Electron. Like if I were to do like Electron right here, I can put the version here, but it doesn't like it being in the dependencies, so we can set this to dev dependencies and put Electron down in here. And Electron tools is just a Windows package I made for like moving the mouse cursor, moving windows, stuff like that. So I'm actually going to keep that Electron tools, even though we don't need it for this. I just put it in all of my projects. Okay, I can't find the version information, so it's going out. I don't care. Alright, constant equals require Electron, and we'll put like app and browser window. Let main window. I'm gonna be like coding the parts for Mac OS 2 and Linux, even though we're only doing this for Windows. Function create window, and main window equals new browser window, and you can just do height 450, width 800, and whatever other settings you want in here, like web preferences, node integration, true. And then we'll just do main window dot on, actually main window dot load URL, and we can just put an HTML file in here. I always forget how this goes. It's directory name, and we'll just do index.html. Main window dot on close, I think it's closed. Put that in, I think it's ES6 functions. You can use normal function parameter, normal function syntax if you want. Main window equals null, and we'll just do app.on ready create window. Sorry, I had to close my door. App.on window all closed, and here ES6 style function, say if process dot platform is not equal to Darwin, app.quit. I think that's right. Yeah, that's right. And app.on activate. You can skip this part, by the way. I'm just creating a basic Electron app. App.on activate. If main window is equal to null, then we'll say create window. Alright, so this is our main.js. We can create another one called index.html and just put my Electron app h1 hello world, and let's replace this test function with start so that we can do npm start, and we just get this. This is the result for this is our test. Now we can start to set up Electron builder. I have a reference here on my other screen. So we go to package.json, put build down here. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is app ID. This is just standard for all Electron builder applications. tk.a77d.us, or not .us if you're just whatever video app. And we're gonna give it a product name too. This is the human readable one. Video app. And you can put your copyright right here. Do copyright. Oh, by the way, if you want to get the C character, just press Alt-0169 and it'll give you the copyright character. Do 77Z 2020. This horrible year. Alright, now we're just gonna put Windows here and then target AppX, because just put that in an array, and you can put other ones here if you want to do like NSIS, but there you can put AppX, so that way when we build to Windows it'll build the AppX app. Okay, shortcut. I want to go eat some corn because felt like it, but I'm back now. So, where were we? We just got the Windows target done, so that means we're now going to set the AppX settings. So we'll put identity name And this is, I set this to the same as the app ID, because that's what it is, accidentally cut instead of copied. And then do the application ID. This, I just like to set it to the last part of the identity name or the app ID, so it's just going to be video app. And the background color, ground color. I have not, actually, yeah, you can see this in action. So the thing that I was doing this for was Google Messages. It's just, you can't really see it, but like, I don't know. The background color is just supposed to be like the stuff that you see. So like the Mail app is a UWP app that was published on the Microsoft Store, and all these apps too. So like OneNote has like a purple background, Excel's gonna have like a dark green, Word, Outlook, and Mail, you're gonna have all blues, and we're just gonna set it to like, this is like a dark gray. And display name, that can go here, and this is just the same as the product name. It's a human readable thing that they're gonna see. So like for my Google Messages app that I was making, it's just gonna be Google Messages because that's what was displayed. So we can write video app. And languages. I always struggle to spell that. This is only if you're making a multi-regional app. If you are, in which case, then this is good for you. So the first one in this array is going to be the default one. I'm set to ENUS, English. United States English, to be specific. And the publisher display name. This is the stuff that it's going to go on like the Microsoft Store, or when you're installing it through AppX form and the app installer. We're just going to put 77Z because that's what the author is. And the publisher, you want to set to CN, capital CN equals, and then whatever you want here, set to 77Z. And this one is like one of the most important, because you're gonna have a hard time. You're gonna have a hard time signing it if you don't set this. So just publisher. I made this mistake. If you don't include the CN, then you'll get an error saying it can't parse it. So the CN is required. CN equals capital is required for it to parse it. And I think that's about it. You can just do Electron builder. It's probably a good idea to set icons. You can find further specifics on how to set AppX icons on electron.build, and just go down to the Windows AppX configuration. And so you see at the bottom, AppX is not signed. And so it says reason Windows Store only build. This might confuse you at first, but if we go to find it, it'll be in dist for distribute. See video app 1.00, like just don't mind these. So when unpacked is going to be your app unpackaged, so you can actually hit video app.exe and it'll launch it. Oh, everything's so slow. Maybe it's because I'm recording. But you see video app 1 version 1.appx. This AppX, if you just want to publish it to the Windows Store in this form, this is it. But if you open it, I think I just renamed it. I want to open it. You can see it'll say install video app question mark, and it'll say untrusted app. But you can see publisher 77Z version 1 capabilities, uses all system resources, and it'll use the Electron default logo. Again, look it up, electron.build, and just go into Windows configuration, AppX configuration, and you can see if we try to install it, and it says, well, first of all, we're getting a notification saying video app installation failed. Let me just get rid of this. I can't speak. App installation failed with error message. 0x whatever. The app package must be digitally signed for signature validation. So the reason you can't install it in the state that it's now, even if you have developer mode enabled, which you probably should already have enabled, so you go to developer settings in your settings app and flick on developer mode. You'll already most likely have it on if you do UWP development in Visual Studio, or if you have the Linux subsystem for Windows, or the Windows subsystem for Linux, WSL, installed, then you'll probably have developer mode enabled. But if not, just check that. And even if you have that enabled, you'll still get like this error. You can like copy it or whatever, but like we know why this isn't working, and that's because we got to sign this. Now you can get your like code signing certificate, whatever, for like $200 or something a year, but we can just make a self-signed one, like in a. But all you need for that is Visual Studio 2019, or whatever version is latest on whatever year you're watching this. Well, the latest one for 2020 is 2019 because they only do odd numbers, but so yeah, you can just the way to code sign is you need to have Visual Studio installed. I heard people being able to do it from like the Windows API or the Windows tools, the Windows SDK. No, the Windows SDK, that's it. But I just found that's way too hard to install. So just go to your Visual Studio 2019 folder. It'll be in the start menu. And developer command prompt for Visual Studio 2019. And this is it right here. Alternatively, I set one up in the Windows terminal that I can just go to. Dev command prompt for VS 2019, and here it is. CD CD users owner document, not .net. Oh, come on, really? I make this mistake all the time. CD users owner documents projects video, and this is pretty much where it starts. So we can make a directory in here. I just like to mkdir code signing, and there's just cd into code signing, and we're just gonna leave this here for now, and we're gonna open up a command window in here because we're gonna have to do stuff with Electron Builder again. Very simple. You're gonna get an error. That's it, but it's still gonna work. So we're just gonna do Electron Builder create self-signed cert p and then 77z or whatever your author name is. As it, hit enter, and you'll get this window here where it's like password. If you put in a password here, you're gonna have to enter it like 20 times, and you don't even need a password. You don't even need a password for this. And it says when asked to enter a password, create private key password. Says that's the window title or the window caption. It says please select none. So that's what we're gonna do. Hit none, and you'll get an error. But we're just not gonna mind that because that's it. We got our certificate file right here. So I'm just gonna drag this into code signing and go into dist, and I'm gonna copy my AppX here. That was generated the unsigned version, and I'm just going to call this package.appx. So now what we got to do is there's a command. This took me a little while to get up and running. If I can find the tab. So we're going to be using signtool.exe. It comes with the Windows SDK or the dev command prompt for Visual Studio. Okay, so we're going to sign this. So, sign tool. Sign. If you have any issues, you can type in debug right here, and then just put all your other options over here. That'll give you extended output. We can go to FD, and by default we didn't set a hash algorithm, but since we're dealing with certificates, hash algorithms are set, so we're going to just do SHA-256. This is the default that your packaging uses, or like every AppX packager uses. So sign FD, sign tool, sign /FD SHA-256, and we'll say AF. So A, don't know what it does. It works though. So F, this is where your certificate is. So 77z.pfx, personal information certificate or whatever. And if you have a password, you can just use /p and then put your password here. But we didn't set one. I found that setting one makes everything a little more complicated, and I don't know, I haven't tried setting it. And here's where your AppX is going to go. So remember, we name it package.appx, and we're just going to run it. Alright, so it says successfully signed. So you're like, okay, that's great and all. So you can see it's modified on this date, 4:42 p.m., which means it was signed by the code signing thing. And if we do it, it still says untrusted. And if we try to install it, still gives us an error. That's because the certificate hasn't been installed. It's easy to install it, but I want to show you what it's like to get an error. What it's like to get an error in this when you're signing it. Trust me, I've gotten it. So let's just delete these. And let's rebuild except without this publisher part. So the default publisher is MS, and when you try and code sign it, it gives you an error because your certificate doesn't match up with it. So we're just gonna wait for that to build up again. Alright, it's done. I'm gonna put this back in here. And we're gonna go to the distributable, copy it, and go to the code signing, paste it, rename it, package, and we're gonna create the certificate again. Again, the way we do this, I have code here, Electron builder, can't type, create self-signed cert P, and then your author name, or just the one we use globally. Do that, hit none, give you an error, it's all good. And we're just going to take that certificate that was generated and pop it in code signing. Alright, now so the default publisher now is MS, and you can actually see that if you go and right click, open it with 7-zip or something, and you go to appmanifest.xml, it opened up on a different monitor, but we can drag it into this Visual Studio code, and you can actually see publisher CN equals MS. Now, this is going to give you an error. Why am I showing you this? Well, I'm going to show you how to debug these errors. Where was I? We can just close 7-zip and let me close the app manifest here. So you're like, okay, everything's working. Did I really close that? Yes, I did. Alright. So you're like, everything's going dandy. We do sign tool, sign, FD, hash. No, not the hash algorithm. I'm looking at the website where you get it, SHA 256. And you /A/F, and then your certificate here. We don't have a password, so you can just put in the package right here. It's going to say done adding additional store, and we're going to get an error. It says, oh, signer sign failed. So here's how this works. If you get 8008 at the beginning of this error code, probably means the AppX is corrupted. Recompile it. If you get 8007, then there's a fly. Get out of here. There. Then that means there's probably like further information that can be given to you. So we're gonna open up Event Viewer. I already have it open, but like I'm gonna close it. If it'll let me close it. Okay, that was weird. So press Windows and the R key on your keyboard, and you want to type in event vwr.msc. Run that and you'll get this window here. You can go to Applications and Services Logs. It takes a bit for it to load in. Go to Microsoft Windows. It's going to give you a lot here, but ours is one of the top. I believe it is in AppX Packaging OM, and then Microsoft Windows AppX Packaging Operational. And then the very latest error should be the one you're looking for. And you can actually see the error that I was describing. The app manifest publisher name, CN equals MS, we saw it in the app manifest, must match the subject name of the signing certificate. So the subject name of the signing certificate is obviously 77Z. This is what I warned about, is that if you don't set everything to one unified name, it might not work. But this is just how you debug errors if you get them. Go to Event Viewer. No, it's not. I know it's not the most conventional way to do it. It's not the way that you probably want to do it, but it's how you do it. And you can get your detailed errors here. Put them in Google, Stack Overflow. So yeah, let's successfully do it now. Just gonna delete this. And we'll package it correctly this time with our publisher name in there. It'll say it's not signed. That's what we're gonna do. You can sign it. Is that fly still alive? Okay. It was packaged, so let's go to distributables and just copy this and go back to code signing, pop it in here. I just like to put them in just one folder. You don't have to, just makes it easier for me, more convenient. Now if we sign it, also if you want further information too, you can also put /debug right here, and you'll get more information as it gets signed. So let's just sign it. Signed. Oh, not found. Okay. Yeah, I forgot to rename it to package because that's what I had it set to. Wow, my computer really does not like recordings. Pack edge. I don't care. Get out of here. Done adding additional store. Just clear these notifications. It'll say successfully signed package.appx. So this is your signed package now. You can use this one for testing. We did this before. But as I said, when you try and launch it, it still says untrusted. When you try to install it, it'll give you this video app installation failed. And you're like, okay, how can we solve this? Simple. Just this personal information exchange. This file right here, this certificate that you created. So, welcome to the certificate import wizard. So you're just going to hit local machine. It's going to go through UAC. Hit yes. And you can see the directory of where the certificate is stored. You just hit next. Nothing needs to be changed there. Don't put in anything here. It's all good. No password. We didn't set one. Hit next. And you want to check, or you want to press the radio button. Place all certificates in the following store. Go down. Go browse, and then scroll down. Third-party root certification authorities. Hit OK. Hit next. And hit finish. It'll say the import was successful. Now, go to package.appx, double click on it, and it'll say trusted app this time. 77Z is a verified publisher. Well, to your computer, that is. So we're just going to launch when ready, and you're going to hit install. And you should see it install. And just like that, here's your Electron app in AppX form for testing. So there's video app up there. You can even see if we go to process hacker, focus on the window, go to file location. You can see there's a video app.exe. And yeah, that's it. You want to publish it to the Microsoft store. You don't have to give them the signed one. They'll sign it with a Microsoft certificate. And you just give them this one, or your unsigned one. Works like a charm. So, that's it. Thanks for watching, I guess. Goodbye. I know it was long. It's like over half an hour, isn't it? Well, you learned how to make an AppX file that's signed. I should probably tell you one more thing. If you want to remove this old certificate, like if you're done with that certificate, open up run, type in inetcpl.cpl, and you go to content, go to certificates, go to trusted root certification authorities, and there's your certificate. You can probably like scroll through it and find it, but I know mine is at the top, 77Z. And you just gotta, I forgot how to remove it. Is it by like right clicking or advanced? No. Yeah. And it doesn't seem to have a remove. It's kind of weird. I removed it before, but I just completely forgot how. Well, somehow you can figure out how to remove it. That sucks. You can't remove it from here. What if I press delete? You don't have permission to delete somewhere else. Okay, well, just elevate to like administrator or something, and you can delete the certificate. That's all. Thanks for watching. Bye. Hope this helped you. If it did, leave a like, subscribe, comment your issues. I don't get a lot of comments, so I'll be able to help you. AppX is kind of a new thing to me too, so but I can try and help you out based on the like 100 or so tabs I've opened in Firefox on how to do code signing and AppX configurations in Electron Builder. That's it. Bye.